There's a simple way to do machine applique on the Singer Simple 3337 sewing machine. So first off, we're going to start with just a traditional zigzag, but then I'm going to show you some of the decorative stitch options on this machine. So let's just start with kind of a medium to larger zigzag, and the key will actually be in the stitch length. So somewhere between 1 and 0. That is what, it all depends on how thick of a thread that you actually have on the machine. Now, one other thing that probably most people don't talk about is actually adjusting the tension. So all I want to do is make sure they have a really pretty looking stitch. And by the way, if you turn this down one number, so smaller number from 4 to 3, that is going to allow the bobbin thread to pull more needle thread to the back. And it truly makes for a prettier satin stitch. So satin stitch means that you are taking a zigzag and making it really close together. Then as you place the stitches along the raw edge of the fabric, it totally encompasses it. So when you wash it, the edges don't fray out. Next, we'll see exactly where we're going to guide this. So I'll just take a few stitches and see. I like to keep the majority of the satin stitch on the piece of fabric that I'm stitching over, just barely letting the outside zig be right next to the raw edge. So let's see where we are. Okay, so now that I know where I'm going to be guiding, next I'm going to fine tune my stitch length. I like a satin stitch that is very close together. You're going to see the difference in a second. Now, if you do get it where you don't have the fabric moving through and you're having to push it, that means that you actually have it too close together. Find that happy medium where it really looks good as you stitch. So see the difference? So quality-wise, I mean, you can kind of see through those stitches, but then you get down here and see how nice and solid it is. And also, the reason it also looks so good is because the stitches have kind of pulled to the back side. Now, I know I have the bobbin the same color, but you can really see that the edges are the top color pulled to the back, and that was really what makes this look nice. Now, just for fun, I'm going to switch over to one of the feather stitches, and it's a blue stitch, so I'm going to just switch over to blue. I'm going to line up the fabric right in the middle of the foot, and you'll see this is a fun stitch to also go around. It doesn't secure the raw edge as much, but it does give you a nice finish for a different look. So again, if this is something that you're not going to wash or wear a lot, it's just going to be maybe seasonal, you can see that you can have some fun with decorative stitches as well. And just because I picked this one stitch doesn't mean you don't have lots of other stitches to select from. Remember, stitch out all your stitches from this machine to really have a good understanding of what the stitches look like, and you'll be able to pick from them for a project like applique.